Hi, Gemini. Man, that projection game is strong right now. People are out projecting big time. And you guys are feeling it. Like, this eclipse energy really showed you a lot of people that and situations that needed to fall off, that needed to fall away. And allowing yourself to just do that that's going to be the key to your freedom this in July. Welcome to your July reading. Thanks for your patience. I know that I'm a little bit late, but man, that eclipse was tough. It drained me. I was exhausted. And I wanted to get over the hump. I wanted to get back into your vibe before we did the reading. Today is July 6th. The moon's in Aquarius. It's going to be trining Venus, which is still in Gemini. And you guys are actually creating this vibration of being level-headed, believe it or not, right? Being level-headed and allowing us to come together. There's like this togetherness vibe when the moon trines Venus today. So we needed to get on the other side of the eclipse to show you how you're helping move everything forward. If you are I know that you guys are working, but I feel like you guys are sort of ignoring the problem. That's the way that I want to put it. You know that there's something that needs to change. You've been working towards it. You've been working towards this change, and you've been creating that new vibration around you and sort of accepting that the things have to fall away. But there's a very real next step that you have to take, and I think part of this next step is for you to accept that it has to happen. It's time for it to happen. You can't really hide from it anymore. So we have the Eight of Pentacles, which is you distracting yourself with work, which, you know, I mean, Mercury, that's what we do best, right? I say we, I'm a Virgo. For those of you that are new, I have Gemini energy all around me. My older brother's a Gemini. I'm raising 2 Gemini boys. You guys are one of my favorite energies because I can vibe with you on a level that most people don't understand, that very mercurial level that most people don't understand. There's a need for you to be able to see the things that are coming up in the future, and I think that distracting yourself from that move or that move forward, whatever it is, it could be an actual real move, or it could just be a move forward. Distracting yourself and ignoring it's just going to keep coming back and biting you in the ass. Every time you decide, no, I don't want to see that right now. This is not something I want to pay attention to. It's almost like, so I want to show you these last 2 cards down here, and I'll tell you what I feel like this energy is. So we have the Moon and the 2 of Swords. You really don't want to see it, do you, Gemini? Like, you really don't want to see it. It's almost like a child's energy going, la, 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 la. I don't want to see it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to know what's going on. I want to just distract myself and like go my own vibration and go my own way, you know? And I mean, in any regular situation where there wasn't a whole lot of energy that was swirling around to push you forward and to help you change and to help you move forward into your destiny, I would be like, that's great. Distract yourself all you want. But you are being supported to move into a new paradigm, a new shift, and allowing yourself to ask for other people's help. Allowing yourself to say, I know that I can't do all of this on my own, and I may need to change my perspective with this a little bit, and allowing yourself to really see that and move into a different kind of energy is going to be more beneficial for you and will help you create that freedom that you are craving. Like, there's this freedom that you're craving, and you've been working really hard to get there, And now all of a sudden, because there's a sense, there's a fear, right? There's a fear, like, you got to be honest with yourself. The moon down here, that eclipse was not playing around with being honest with ourselves. It was not playing around at all. Eight of Pentacles. So the tasks are kind of daunting right now. I mean, if we're going to be honest with each other, the Nine of Swords on the Eight of Pentacles, there's something that you've been working towards, but there's like a fear of having to either switch up your, I don't know, switch up your everyday tasks, switch up, there's something about that you're afraid to change. You're afraid to change what you've already got in place. And so that may be why you're ignoring that there's a shift that has to happen. And I think that a lot of it is because that if this shift happens, there's going to create an emotional standoff. It's almost as if you know that you don't belong in some way. You know that you don't belong where you are right now. Oh man. And having to get really honest with yourself. And I think that a lot of the reasons why, Gemini, why you want to, wow, there are 4 cards that came off on that Six of Swords. One of the reasons why you want to ignore the truth of what's coming at you is because you know that it's an emotional truth. And it's hard. And there's something about needing to break away from the norm, needing to break away from the everyday hassle. And I think it's more anxiety filled for you to sit within that monotonous every single day having to do and do and do and do over and over and over again than if you were to allow yourself to say, I can't do this anymore, and shift your energy and go in a new direction. So you have Six of Swords. On the Six of Swords, the Six of Swords is about moving from rough waters into calmer waters. And you're really doing this in your mind and allowing yourself to shift that perspective, because the Six of Swords is about perspective. If you're moving into a calmer state in your life and things have to be a little rough right now in order for you to get to that calm state, then that's what we want to do. What is that calm state of mind? I think that there's either there's a Libra energy. So we have, I can't hold them all up because my hands are really small. So we have the Lovers, which is your energy. We have the Seven of Cups. We have the Six of Cups, and we have Justice. I feel like there's a Libra energy that you feel extremely connected to, but it's confusing you because it's not, it doesn't fit in your body. It doesn't fit in what you want it to look like. It doesn't fit in where you want it to fit, but it brings you balance and it almost gives you more opportunities. Now, this Libra energy doesn't actually have to be a person. It could just be a feeling of balance. It could be a shift that you're coming into that feels a little bit more balanced. So, sorry, people are complaining about me playing with my hair, and I don't mean to. It's part of my magic, and so I'm naturally attracted to playing with it. I don't, and everybody's complaining about me doing it, so I'm trying not to do it. So there's this Six of Cups and Seven of Cups here where you know that this energy is right for you. You know that the direction that you're going in is very karmically laid out for you, but because you don't know exactly how you're going to get there, or you don't know exactly what you're going to do to get, or like, you know, what is the energy? How am I getting there? I know that it's there. I just don't know how to get there. And that's where you have to like take that step back and say, I'm just going to have to leave this up to source. I'm going to have to give this how, where, when, all of the questions that you don't have control over, because right now you just don't. And I know that your perspective is shifting, and I know that you want to get out of the humdrum of the monotonous everyday la-di-da what's going on. But you can't ignore, dare I call them the signs? You can't ignore the signs that are sort of right in front of you, Gemini. I know, but it's just confusing, right? If you're not being honest with how you feel about the situation or not being honest with how you feel about a person, I think that this Mercury retrograde is really, really, really forcing you to dig deep and find that self-worth, find that value. You know, I mean, it is happening in your second house, especially if you're a Gemini rising. So finding that self-worth, finding that value with Venus in Gemini and Mercury in retrograde in your second house, it is imperative that you pay attention to what makes you feel good, what makes you feel alive, what makes you feel balanced and real, you know? And if you can't figure out what that is, I really want you guys to pay attention to your dreams first. And second, let yourself rest, man. Listen to your body. If you are exhausted, Gemini, take this opportunity to get some rest. Because the energy is going to ramp up again. Even if things feel a little bit slow and feel like they're lagging a little bit right now, the energy is going to ramp up again. And so taking the opportunity to rest, even if you don't know all of the answers, because the Two of Swords, she's got a blindfold on, right? This is what's creating the anxiety for you, is not knowing all of the answers to everything that's going on around you. And when we don't know all the answers to what's going on around us, we create our own stories in our mind of what could like, what if this happens, or what if that happens, or, you know, whatever. And it's sometimes we can really, really, really bite ourselves in the ass when we create things like that. When we're starting to create the stories in our mind that aren't real, the what ifs, the hows, the whens, all of that, because you're so confused. But here's the thing. What you can do, Gemini, is believe in your own energy, believe in your own power of manifestation and creation with, see what I mean? A lot of you guys aren't just recognizing how powerful you really are. And this energy is trying to show that to you. Like, look how far you've come. Look at what you've created so far. Look at, and if you don't feel like there's much that you have created, I guarantee you there are a lot of lessons that you are learning so that you can step into your power now. And that's sort of an acceptance stage. Like, you have to get to that stage of acknowledgement and acceptance in your life in order to move forward. So we have the Queen of Swords, we have the Devil, and we have the King of Wands. Is there a fire sign that feels a bit karmic? Feels kind of like a lesson right now? Ace of Swords and the Six of Wands. Ooh, and the Four of Wands and the Ten of Pentacles and the World. Okay. Okay. So you have to leave that fire energy behind and allow yourself to complete a karmic cycle with them, because you are manifesting some pretty amazing things in your life. That Ace of Swords and Six of Wands, you're going to have some really, really, really winning ideas. And those winning ideas are creating long-term stability for you. With the Ten of Pentacles and the Four of Wands, those winning ideas, the Ace of Swords and the Six of Wands, this is the key to your long-term happiness. But there is a sense of karmic responsibility that you have to push away, that you have to allow yourself to say, I'm really, really done with this. And there's absolutely no way that I can move forward while holding on to old baggage or old energy anymore. Like, it feels like a clean sweep. And getting honest with yourself about that you need that clean sweep is huge. I think that you're stepping into quite a bit of magic, to be honest, Gemini. But I think that you have to really believe that. I know that you guys can be a little bit skeptical of magic sometimes, which is perfectly fine. I truly believe that sometimes there's no other explanation other than magic. So I think that that's sort of something that you're creating, and you're opening up your eyes to the whole game and the whole newness of it all. Okay? I love you guys. I hope you have a wonderful July, Gemini. I hope you have a wonderful July. Please join us on the memberships if you would like to. They're really, really fun. We do quite a bit over there. The members are pretty spoiled. So we would love to have you. No pressure at all. But if you feel like you need a little extra support, that's the place to go. You can do that by hitting join below the video, or you can go to Patreon. All that information is in the description box. Oh, I do have a few personal readings available spots for July. They're only in limited amount, and right now they're discounted, and they probably won't have another discount until my birthday season, which will be the end of August. So if you'd like to get a reading at a discounted price, now is your chance and opportunity. I love you guys. Have a wonderful July, and I'll see you soon. Bye.